What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this wonderful Wednesday night. This is about a week and a half late. It's been a bit since I've done a D&D&Chill episode. I had some things going on in life, just, general exhaustion. Today, unfortunately, we found out that one of my wife's close relatives passed away, so unfortunately, RIP. But we're gonna truck ahead. Gotta set something up here. Need to see some. It is sad news. I want to set something up. I want to actually do something here. I had an idea. Hey, would you look at that? I made things better. It's probably as good as I can get. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Make this a little bit bigger. Hey, would you look at that? Now, whenever I have something and I want to show you guys, I can actually read it and show you guys. Now, I don't have it like directly above me. Unfortunately, that would make... Actually, you know what? Hold on. Maybe I can make this work. Hold on. There. Okay, we're gonna put that there. We're gonna counterweight this. No way, that's... Oh wait, actually. Hold on. This is so dumb. Hey, actually, that's not the worst. Definitely don't need to be seeing my screen and all, but that actually does really well. Now, the only problem is if like I, touch my desk, camera falls in 3, 2, 1. No, so here's the funny thing. Let me show you. I'll show you on my cam here in a second. Let me turn off the background. Turn off auto frame. So this is, so I have a little lamp here that I use whenever I need to like write stuff, and it's perched right underneath there. So that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Now the problem is that I still do run. Obviously, you can see over here, it's the flicker. That's just an unfortunate reality of running as many USB devices as I am on this one thing. I unfortunately just don't think I can ever get away from that just because of the power draw. Even though it's its own thing, like it has its own external power source. Maybe I just need to get a new one. Maybe I'll upgrade. But something I wanted to talk about is the next issue, the next trilogy. I actually just got the final book in this most recent trilogy for the Adventure Club. And I wanted to talk a bit about it because I haven't like fully read through it. So it's called Mount Minotaur. You know what? Hold on. Ooh, yeah, look at that. This is so great. This is so much better now. So yeah, this is the most recent trilogy. This is Adventures 22, 23, and 24. So it's A Rocky Start, Fort Stone Peak, and Mount Minotaur. So A Rocky Start is that this is the first adventure in a trilogy. It's another morning spent lounging around in the sun outside Baba's boarding house. If you guys remember, whenever I retold that story from one of the games that I ran for my niece and nephew, Baba's boarding house was where like all the characters were kind of from. But with this one, I kind of read through this already. What it is it's a dwarf. And it says here, it's been 10 years since my final adventure. I discovered a map of the caverns beneath Mount Minotaur, obviously somewhere address here, and the endless treasures contained within. In its deepest vault, I found the heart of the mountain, a mighty hammer. I couldn't help but take it. Little did I know, by separating the hammer from its place of rest, I triggered a curse that has hung over my family ever since. So for the last 10 years, this guy's family has been cursed thanks to him. Is that light better or worse? You know what? This is fine. This is totally fine. You know, let me just turn these lights up just a hair. There we go. Actually makes a little very, no, that's fine. Yeah, so it says, would you help an old man redeem himself and return the hammer to the anvil deep in Mount Minotaur? So obviously we got some little art here. We have the dwarf Granite McGrumbles. Now the thing is, in the back here, we actually have somebody related to him, Chip McGrumbles. So it offers a very quick connection into this little adventure for this character. But I just want to say, I love the fact that he's a dwarven rock ranger. Okay, this is actually a really cool design for a rock ranger. So it says here, Chip is an expert at life in the hills and mountains above tumble downs. He gains advantage on checks to forge and navigate. So obviously he's a ranger. He has his favorite terrain, which is going to be hills and mountains. But I really like how they kind of have him designed, and he has a spell called Rock Strider. When Chip casts this spell in rocky terrain for 1 hour, his movement rate doubles to 50 feet and gains advantage on all climbing checks. He also has Dwarven Smite. Casting this spell as a bonus action, the next time you hit a target with a weapon, the blade strikes with the weight of stone, doing an extra 2d6 damage. So you actually get two fairly powerful abilities, one for movement, one for damage. And that's really all that you have. You can only cast it twice a day anyway, so not a huge thing, but it's definitely a good thing. You're also carrying around the heart of the mountain. You actually have, this character has the titular hammer. So yeah, you know the players can either agree or not. Obviously, that's entirely up to them. But if they agree that Chip, who is I think it says here, where is it? Oh yes, magic items. What does it explain? Yeah, the young dwarf introduces himself as Chip McGrumbles. He gladly leads the party back to the old man's stone house, takes characters on the tour of his adventure gear, offers up any equipment, which is 3 bedrolls, 3 backpacks, some rope, tinderbox, flasks of oil, and some rations. So you can play him as an NPC, or you can leave him behind. It's not the end of the world one way or another. Then we have a little bit of flavor text. We have some of the day's travels. So this is actually a really nice thing. Doing overland travel can sometimes be a little rough because you want to have some fun things. You want to have some fun, options present. And this gives you that. So it says day 1, or as the players traverse the northern woods, they'll have to make 3 survival checks of increasing difficulty to avoid encountering the local flora or fauna. Day 1, the first survival check takes place on day 1 in the rolling gentle hills and dense forest just north of Tumble Downs, which we have that map right here, because we got West of Tumbledowns, we got a Bandit Camp and Ambush, Fort Stone Peak, Mount Minotaur. But this is that they need to succeed a check of 11 in order to not have an encounter, and if they fail, roll on the table. The next one is that they are trying to avoid the Bandit Camp, so that's a DC 13. And finally, they approach the Cliffs of Insanity, and it's a DC of 15. And then you have, I think it was it was a D6. So you roll on a D6. I don't know why they number it 0 through 5. I mean, I get it. To me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess it would be D6 minus 1. But yeah, so we got, Winter Storm, Druid's Dream, nestled between a pair of mossy rocks, rests a dewy nook. Inside glows a thorny patch of dreamberries and a handful of healing mushrooms. There's 3d6 dreamberries and 1d12 healing berries. And if you don't know what those are, because neither do I, they're right over here. Dreamberries, a single dreamberry gives a player sustenance for a single day. Additionally, due to the surreal nature of the imbiber's dreams, the next day they receive guidance, a magical effect that adds a d6 to the total of any one single ability check. Raw dreamberries are worth 15 gold apiece, so that's actually a pretty decent magic item there. And then a healing mushroom. Oh, it was healing berries. It says healing mushrooms over here. I imagine this is maybe the same thing, or is that somewhere else? Nope, doesn't show it somewhere else. That says 3d4 plus 3, so that's a little bit better than a healing potion. It also says they're worth 30 gold to the buyer, but that's better than a healing potion, which is worth 50 gold. All right, so then we got the Cliffs of Insanity. The cliff face stretches impossibly high overhead. The cliff face stretches impossibly high over your head, one single solid wall of granite. The wind feels like sharp needles on your back. Close inspection of the cliff face spots a tiny ledge with occasional hand grips extending steeply up the side of the cliff to the east. So you need to make some ability checks. If they fall, they take some damage. So some acrobatics checks, some perception checks, and then we're actually fighting some rock elementals. And I gotta say, these rock elementals are actually pretty stacked, if I do say so myself, and also a full-grown manticore on this side. +3 to hits, 1d4, 1d6 plus 3, some tail spikes. We have this rock elemental over here with a rock fist slam. We have some decent combat options for this. And then so there's a baby manticore. It says the players where is it? Nestled inside the nest, snuggled in clumps of fur and feathers, is a tiny lion-like creature with the soft, downy wings of a bird. Incredibly cute, the abandoned creature mules at you, hungry for some food. So obviously, it's a baby manticore that the players can try and keep, as you can see down there. Little baby manticore. So basically like it says, a rocky start. This is just getting to the mountain. And then with this one, Fort Stone Peak, so this is where the party is starting to get up the mountain. They have arrived at Fort Stone Peak, which is basically a giant fortress between the two mountains. And as they get up there, they get approached by this ogre who comes up and is like trying to rush them away. But you don't actually get the players don't actually have to kill this guy, and he has a +6 to hits and does 1d8 plus 4, so he's actually fairly formidable. But you actually end up meeting this guy whose name is Doxelrog, and he is a hill giant. I believe he's a hill giant. Yeah, stone giant, my apologies. So Doxarog is a stone giant, and he basically allows you through there. So he's apparently, this ogre here is just defending the area, but it says, for many years, I have run Fort Stone Peak as a safe passage, a base camp for exploration, and a center for alpine trade here in the lap of Mount Minotaur. But 3 days ago, Thalaskir, a noxious green dragon, moved in and made Fort Stone Peak his new lair. It's made it impassable to all. We're unable to root out the monster. Perhaps you could sneak into Fort Stone Peak and open the doors from the inside and lure him out. I will pelt him with rocks. While you close the door behind him. Boom. He slaps his knee and the sound of thunder echoes across the pass. He smiles at you and says in a whisper, and then you get free passage to Mount Minotaur. Do we have a deal? So there's the plan. Doxarog carrying a bunch of sharp rocks and is going to try and get the party to lure the green dragon out of the doors. So obviously there's this little passageway over here, and the parties have to go in this little secret goblin door, like it says. Players got to go in there and make their way through, but you have to contend with some kobolds. There's a handful of kobolds in there, and you got to fight with them. And then you got to deal with a kobold priest, and then the green dragon sneaking past Thalaskir. 3 sound checks, crossing the floor, climbing the wall, flipping the switch, and then getting the heck out of there so that you can actually get the hell out. We got a cool character here. I fucking love this character's name, Sierra Cumulus, and she's a alpine druid. So this is actually pretty sick because I love the name. As a kid, I was very into cloud science and like weather science. But she has your basic druidic spells, Druidcraft, Stone Sling, which is just it's magic stone, Resistance, Sanctuary, Hail of Thorns, Speak with Animals. So yeah, but she it says here, Sierra is the only daughter of a large family of alpine nomads. She has several brothers. She believes if she jumps, there will always be somebody nearby to catch her. Her family lives and works on the very top of cliffs amongst the highest ridges above the rift. Long thought a myth by the Flatlanders, the Cumulus family thrives in thin, icy air. So yeah, sick druid. It says here that she has wild shape twice a day, and it says that she can become an owl as often as she likes outside of combat. This is a very interesting trait, advanced wild shape. So she can become an owl at any time. So basically, this is like a clan of humans that is sort of linked to like snowy owls. And I think that's kind of a cool little thing if you have like one wild shape that you can do all the time, because you have like some innate connection to it. It would have to be something that's, you know, obviously not gonna be like a wolf or something like that where it's super, you know, super combat effective, but outside of combat, I think that's a really cool thing. So yeah, this is the players getting past Fort Stone Peak, and then we come to the finale, Mount Minotaur, when the players finally start making their way up into the mountain. It says here, you're halfway up the mountain. At this thin altitude, the air is at this altitude, the air is as thin and brittle as frost. Every step burns your lungs and the muscles in your legs. On the slopes far below, you see Fort Stone Peak, while the horn-like peaks of Mount Minotaur hang above. You have been slowly climbing for the better part of a day, and as night falls, you reach a shelf at the base of the ridge. 50 feet wide, 40 feet deep. The flat expanse looks like a good place to set up base camp. And then heading into the caverns. This is where the dungeon crawl kind of sets itself up. So we have a nice little isometric map down there. We have the anvil at the very bottom. You know, each room has a decent amount of detail, some different things that you can do in it. And honestly, this is one of those times where because we don't have a ton of rooms, there's only about 10 of them. Each one has something. Okay, each room has a little bit of something, and I appreciate that, because there's plenty of times whenever I get a module, or you know, I might be filling, you know, I might find a cool map online, and it's like you might have rooms that just have nothing in it. It just kind of makes it like a stopgap. But I like whenever each room has at least something interesting in it. Once we get down to the bottom and we get to this lava forge down there, then we fight a lava monster to get to the anvil, and then we turn in the placing the hammer upon the anvil ends the quest. Lava monster cools and crumbles into brittle stone, tumbling into the lava pool below. Its 2 crystal eyes fall on the walkway, each worth 200 gold. And with the hammer finally at rest, the curse is dispelled, and the McGrumble family is forever free. If Chip from the beginning is present, he can feel a strange magic wave of freedom. Old Grandpa McGrumbles, who stays in Tumbledowns, is overjoyed with their success and pays the players 300 gold upon arrival. So very lucrative adventure. 400 gold for the gems, 300 gold here to be split amongst the party, 700 gold, decent amount. And then we got a pretty sick human barbarian. I liked this character design a lot. Valhalla Icebreaker. This is just a straight up sick ass barbarian, but it has twin attacks. So it says right there, we got twin attacks. If he chooses combat, Val attacks twice on his turn, once with the primary tip of his blade and once with his offhand. His offhand does less. So as you can see, right hand swing, offhand swing. He's attacking with a spear, with like a double-headed spear, and he's basically getting 2-weapon attack. That is actually something that's really cool, and I like that idea of having essentially, like, you can have a quarterstaff, you can have a whatchamacallit, halberd or a javelin or something like that, and you get those attacks. And if you take something like what's the spell? Or not the spell, the feat. Hold on, there's a feat. I gotta move some screens around on my side. Need to go feats, and we need I want to say it's like something like crossbow expert, but it's regarding polearm master. That's what I'm thinking. So this is kind of like this character having polearm master in a way. So polearm master is that when you take the attack action and attack with only a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, you can use a bonus action to make a melee attack with the opposite end. Uses the same attack modifiers, but it does 1d4 damage, and you also get the benefit of provoking an opportunity attack when creatures enter your reach. I like how this is more set up of, oh, I have this really cool staff that has 2 blades at the end, and this is my 2-weapon fighting. It's just connected. I think that's just a really cool design. Like this character. So yeah, I think this is a really good, I think I'm going to run this for my niece and nephew. I think the next one that we're gonna run is gonna be like a little homebrew thing where they have to heal their poison because their characters are still poisoned. At this point, we just haven't had a chance to play when they've been over. Yeah, I'm looking forward to running that for them. Oh, I turned off the wrong thing. I'm really looking forward to running that for them because I know this adventure is going to be a decent setup for a little bit more exploration around the area. And you know what? The funny thing is, I've started to really like pack up on these books. I got a good set of these now. I have from issue 13 up to 24. So I have 11 books now from this collection. And I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying reading it. It's got some good ideas. I think the stuff in it that makes it where the kids stuff, the things that make it a little bit easier, is something that's a little bit, in my opinion, nicer, even if I had like adult players. Something like those mushrooms that do 3d 4+3, like, or the dream berries, you know, where not only do you get essentially the effect of a good berry, but you get guidance the next day. That's something really cool. Gotta adjust my mat here. Take a drink. But dreamberries, yeah, dreamberries are definitely something I plan on implementing at some point. I really like those. I think they're cool. I think they're really cool. But something that I wanted to talk about today, it was talked a little bit ago over in my Discord. I'm talking about Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. If you did not know, this book is now available out there on D&D Beyond. You can pick up a copy now. It is available. So if you are interested, I plan on going over a little bit of this. I'm not going to go into everything. Unfortunately, I just it's a lot. There's a good amount of stuff here. But yeah, I kind of want to go over a bit of the bestiary because there's a lot of cool things in there. I want to go over some of these new options like the backgrounds and the feats. And then yeah, we'll look at a few of these things. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna go over everything, but look at this. We got a huge bestiary added with this. I mean, this is this down here is just hoofa. But as always, 5e.tools is where I get most of my stuff. So as you can tell, I have paid for this on D&D Beyond. I own this. So this is, as 5e.tools expressly says, it is intended as an easily accessible digital reference for products I already own. So just keep that in mind. I do own Bigby's Guide to the Giants, or Glory of the Giants, so... all right, so subclass options. In this subclass, we have the Path of the Giant, which was something that I believe was shown in a homebrew, or not a homebrew. Yeah, there was a UA for this a while back, so we're actually going to compare these two, seeing the difference between the original UA giant and the new one. What is this? Huh. Survival instincts. Where is that from? Is that from that? No, that's something else. Turn off variance. Huh. Proficiency, versatility. What is that? When you gain ability score improvement feature, what is this from? Class feature variance? Hold on. I don't remember this one. I probably read it. When was this? Oh, this was 2019. That's why I'm like, oh my god. I mean, this is why I'm like so I've come with a plan. What's up, Sapachu? Okay, I didn't know what the hell these were. All right, so we're gonna turn variance off because it's gonna mess with us. All right, so let us take a look at these two right here. So green is going to be the UA, blue is going to be the published material. So we have very similar wording already. Barbarians who walk the path of the giant draw strength from the same primal forces as giants. As they rage, these barbarians surge with elemental power and grow in size, taking on forms that evoke the glory of giants. Some barbarians look like oversized versions of themselves, perhaps with a hint of elemental energy flaring in their eyes and around their weapons. Others transform more dramatically, taking on the appearance of an actual giant or a form similar to an elemental, wreathed in fire, frost, or lightning. So at third level, when you take this path, you learn to speak, read, and write giant, as well as another language. Additionally, you get either druidcraft or thaumaturgy. Now, we have discussed druidcraft and thaumaturgy in the past, druidcraft being the druid version of prestidigitation and minor illusion, same with thaumaturgy being the cleric one. I'm gonna make them build a house. I don't know what that means, but I wish you the best. You mean, are you talking about like a D&D players, like a D&D group? All right, so wisdom is your spellcasting modifier for this. So I already, if this was me playing this barbarian, I'm 100% taking thaumaturgy, just so I can boom my voice 3 times louder and create harmless tremors. I think that's a really cool thing already. All right, so at third level, your rages pull strength from your primal might of giants, transforming you into a hulking force of destruction. While raging, you gain the following benefits. When you make a successful ranged attack with a thrown weapon using strength, you can add your rage damage to this, so no longer is it just when you rage, it's getting added to your melee weapon attack. Now you have that thrown weapon. Your reach increases by 5 feet, and you'll if you are smaller than large, you become large. Along with anything you're wearing, if there isn't enough room, your size doesn't change. So very similar to the Rune Knight fighter, you get a little bit bigger. This, though, increasing your size means that also increases your opportunity attack reach. So that in itself is already a considerable benefit. Then I'll have an entire side quest be, you guys suck at interior decorations, so now you're breaking feng shui and your luck is now awful. 2s and 3s are also considered. Jesus Christ. Then they meet a funky old woman that'll teach them the ways of feng shui, and she'll let them keep the house for themselves. Huh. Interesting. That's interesting. All right. All right, so let's take a look at what this was back in the original UA. So same as before, you learn giant and another language, and you get druidcraft or thaumaturgy, so it's exactly the same. Crushing hurl is now crushing throw. It's the same thing. You get to add your rage bonus when you make a strength thrown weapon, and your reach becomes 5 feet. Silly break from awful politics they've been going through. Nice. The door opens right into the basement door. I hated it. Yeah, that probably would not be the greatest. All right. So I'm looking through this. I think this one, Elemental Cleaver, is pretty much the same. When you rage, choose a weapon that you're holding and infuse it with one of the following types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. While you wield it, it changes to that type and deals an extra 1d6, and it gains the thrown property with a range of 20-60. And if you throw it, it reappears in your hand. You're basically Thor. This has not changed. This is exactly the same one. I think they just changed some of the wording to say another or a different. So I think it's just a little bit of wording changes in there, but elemental cleaver is still the same. Infuse a weapon, you can now throw it. That also plays into this whole crushing throw thing, so you can get a big hammer or an axe, start throwing it around, get to add your rage damage, and now it's elemental. Mighty Impale. I think this is exactly the same thing as before. Your connection to giant strength allows you to hurl both allies and enemies on the battlefield. As a bonus action while raging, you can choose one medium or smaller creature within reach. And again, keep in mind, your reach has increased by 5 feet. And move it to an unoccupied space that you can see within 30 feet of yourself. An unwilling creature needs to succeed a saving throw. DC equals 8 plus proficiency plus strength. So a really cool effect. And if at the end of this movement they are not on a surface or liquid that can support it, they fall, taking damage as normal and landing prone. So you can throw somebody off a cliff. As somebody who's been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, the concept of Mighty Impale here, of just being able to chuck somebody off a cliff, is absolutely hilarious and definitely something that needs to be explored more in combat in D&D. And finally down here, our capstone ability, if I give a giant barbarian player a boomerang, I'd make it so that the boomerang can hit additional creatures. Whew. Yeah, I mean, that, okay, I can see that. I would say it would have to be like, I guess the argument that I would make with that is you have to be able to create like an arc from one player to another, or from one enemy to another. That would be the only thing I would say. Like, you throw it, it hits one of them, it keeps going, swings around, hits somebody in the back. But I think that's cool. I think that's a cool change. All right, so right here we got Demiurgic Colossus. At 14th level, the primordial power of your rage intensifies. Your reach increases by 10 feet. Your size can increase to large or huge, and you can use your Mighty Impale to move creatures that are large or smaller. In addition, the extra damage dealt by your elemental cleaver increases to 2d6. This is exactly the same as it was before. This is extremely powerful. This is extremely powerful. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 for the PP. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. That was one of those like shocking things, because back during the beta, I don't remember that. Like, when I played early access years ago, I didn't remember that. Whenever I started playing it like a week and a half ago, I was like, oh, what's this feature? And then, like, started messing with it. I was like, oh, now this just makes me think of Conan, because in Conan you can also change some of those. Oh yeah, so dirty stuff. But yeah, so like I said, I really like this Path of the Giant. I will say it does suck that we did not get this one, the Primeval Druid. This was also from the giant options. This is the one that allowed you to summon a primeval companion that was actually very strong, and you got to channel your magic through it. So, I mean, it's still there in the UA, it's still fine, but this was a really cool subclass that I was super interested in. I've seen screenshots from the Pride of Orcs mod, and Jesus Christ, yeah, I'm sure. All right. Yeah, so Beast Heart. Yep. So going back to Bigby, so we had the Path of the Giant. Looking at the background, we have the Giant Foundling and the Rune Carver. Now again, we have seen Rune Carver before. Let's go ahead and filter it. Where was it? It was definitely in here. Core supplements, adventures, homebrew. No. There definitely was a Rune Carver. There it is. Wonders of the Multiverse. So there was a Rune Carver background. This isn't the first time that we've seen it. So this new one though, we'll take a look at it. So actually, you know what? Hold on, we'll do it this way. Let's move this over here. We'll pop up this window. Nope. Hold on. Okay, so that's that. And now I need to put this one back to where it was. Nope. Those are both looking at the same thing, so I need to switch this to that. What? Oh, you know what? It's getting confused. That's why. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. All right, so we can look at these two side by side, see how it changed from the UA to what we have today. So on the left, obviously you can see UA 2022 Wonders of the Multiverse. So we're still getting history and perception. That's good. We are what the okay. We are still getting Giant as a language, but we're not getting an additional language of our choice. So, you know, take it or leave it. We're getting a set of artisan tools as we got before, but this is also getting you the proficiency now. So not only so subclass option, but no race, heritage, or I haven't gotten to that yet. I don't know if we've I don't even think we've gotten to that yet. It doesn't look like it. Backgrounds is probably going to be the closest thing we have to it, because more I mean, I don't think they are going to what was it? Giant options. So in the original UA for this, you know, right here we have the Barbarian, then we have the Druid. They had the Wizard Rune Crafter that we don't get. Then we have some of the feats that they came out with. Yeah, even in this one, they didn't have the race options. So more than likely, we're probably not gonna see it in what we have coming up. Yeah, so Rune Carver, so you are losing out on a language over here, but you are getting the proficiency and a set of artisan tools. Everything else pretty much the exact same thing. Then you have these, which your rune styles, which they are exactly the same. What's up, Hannah? And then we have the feature, which is giving you that bonus feat on here. So we're going to take a look at Rune Shaper in a moment, and we'll also pull up Rune Carver Apprentice. And then we have pretty much what look to be the exact same suggested characteristics. So we're learning giant, we're learning a set of artisan tools, and then we're getting the rune shaper background. So that's now, I believe, pretty standard, truth be told. I think that's going to probably be fairly common. All right, so let's see what we have and how these have changed. So originally, Rune Carver Apprentice was that you learn the Comprehend Languages spell, and you can cast this without expending a spell slot, but you must finish a long rest, but you can continue to cast it with spell slots, and you learn 2 runes. When you finish a long rest, you can mark a non-magical weapon, armor, or piece of clothing, or object, and imbue it with that level 1 spell. So while you're wearing it, you can cast the chosen spell, and it's intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, picked when you chose your feat. So we had a couple spells here: Ray of Sickness, Chromatic Orb, Disguise Self, Speak with Animals, Long Strider, Command, Entangle, and Sanctuary. And as you can see, it is blown up over here. We have a much bigger one. So now with Rune Shaper, the official one, you're still getting Comprehend Languages, and it still works the same way. You can use it once a day, and you can also cast it with your spell slots. But now, instead of only knowing 2 runes, you know a number equal to half of your proficiency bonus rounded down. So this means that until you reach, I believe, level 7, or I'm probably actually very wrong on that. Hold on. What level do you have to be beyond first level? So right there, level 9. Sorry, I went the wrong way whenever I thought of 8. So you don't get a second one until you hit level 9, which is a fair way through a game and through a campaign. So this is definitely a lot more limiting. When you finish a long rest, you can inscribe each rune you know into a non-magical piece. It's a level 1 spell. So, and it says you know these until you finish a long rest. When it ends, while you're wearing it, you can cast it. You can also invoke a rune inscribed on an object you're wearing or carrying and cast this associated spell without expending a spell slot or using material components. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, this is how they changed it. Okay. Oh, no, they haven't changed it. They haven't changed it. No, it's just worded differently. While wearing this or carrying the rune, you can cast it once without using a spell slot or material components, and you can cast it with any spell slots you have. It's just worded differently over here. I thought they changed it. I thought they didn't have that over here, but they do. Each time you gain a level, you can replace one of the runes. That's the same exact thing over here. So they added more options, but they limited the amount you can have. I don't know how I feel about that. Now, I do want to say, I like how they added Cloud, Fire, Frost, Hail, Stone, and Storm. I think that's better. Associating with actual giant types seems more appropriate. So we're getting Fog Cloud. We lost Ray of Sickness, but we gained Inflict Wounds, which actually, in my opinion, is better. Granted, this Inflict Wounds is a touch spell. This is a range spell and does less damage, but I would rather take 3d10 and have something a little more up close. I like Inflict Wounds better than I like Ray of Sickness. We still have Chromatic Orb, and it's tied to the dragon, which totally makes sense. Disguise self for enemy, speak with animals as friends, but now we also get Burning Hands. Frost gives Armor of Agathis. I wouldn't think of anything better. Buffing yourself with some extra temporary hit points, being able to damage enemies that hit you, it makes total sense. Hill Giants getting Goodberry, that makes a lot of sense. Hill Giants are kind of known for their feasting and eating. They are the bigger ones. They're kind of like the fatter ones. Longstrider with Journey and King with Command, Mountain with Entangle. I think those are still good. So we switched Sanctuary from being sacred to being stone, and I think that kind of makes some sense. And then we have now Storm Giant, we have Thunder Wave, so it's a pretty good setup, if I do say so myself. But yeah, no, I think this is a really good setup. I'm kind of iffy on the whole like only having one up until a certain level. You know, up until level 9, only having 2 of them, or only having 1, and then you have 2 from level 9 up to level 16. I mean, or sorry, 17. Yeah, up until level 17. That's kind of a bit meh. You know, that's the whole thing of basing things off of proficiency. Like, if we look at what was it? It was the alert feat. So the alert feat versus I think it's in here. I think it's in this one at least. Actually, we can just search it. Okay, not in there. Play test. Hold on. Let's sources, view all, unearthed. I think maybe it was shit, I don't even remember where it was. Might have been expert or cleric revised. It's been a bit since I looked at these. All right, so it's not in there. Not in there. Okay, you know, it's got to be in one of these. Which one was this? This was the expert classes. I swear to God, it was in this one. Oh, here we go. Here's some feats. Epic boons. Oh wait, it's not in there. Well, there's no way I'm wrong. Goliath. Oh, here's the one I was thinking of. The Goliath in here gets all of these options. This is where what you're asking about, Stacy. So race and heritage right here, the Goliaths getting these like clouds jaunt, fires burn, frost chill, you know, all of these. That's where we saw this. Your giant ancestry, being able to change that with a barbarian, because Hill Giant, or no, not Hill Giant, yeah, Stone Giant getting Stone's Endurance, that was the one that we had seen before. So that was the one where we kind of knew that it was going to be a thing. What the fuck is this feat? I know it's in here. Unless, no, it wasn't the first one. Well, there's no way it was the first one. Or was it the first one? Damn it, it was the first one. I didn't think it was that early, actually. All right, yeah, so here we go. This is a great example of them trying to go proficiency bonus to make it better in the end, but it's worse in the beginning. So the original alert feat is you gain a +5 to your initiative. You can't be surprised. Other creatures don't gain advantage on you. In this new one, it is that you get a bonus to your initiative equal to your proficiency bonus. So you are not going to get a +5 until you're a level 13. And granted, it scales with you, but I'm sorry, this initiative swap sucks. Okay? This sucks. Because for one, it has to be a willing ally. If you're somebody that's trying to play as, say, a rogue or a ranger or a dexterity-based fighter who gets the drop on people, if that's your whole thing, if you're a Gloomstalker ranger or you're an assassin rogue and you need to get those hits off before creatures take their turn in initiative, your ability to swap is really good, but it relies on the rest of your team being willing to do that and willing to play along with that build that you are doing. Whereas with a +5 to initiative, you're almost guaranteed. Well, I know you'd be willing, Stacy, but I'm saying not everybody would be. Okay, if you have a paladin, or if you have a, say, an evoker wizard who wants to get off a fireball in the middle of a group of enemies before they have a chance to scatter, they might not be willing to jump in, and then it's all the enemies that are going to go first if you rolled, if your initiative roll was shit. So I personally like this other feat where it's, you can't be surprised, they can't gain advantage on you, you get a +5. I think it's a lot better. So yeah, that's at least my opinion on that one. All right, so now that we looked at the rune carver, now we're gonna look at the giant foundling. So with the giant foundling, this is brand new. We have not seen something to compare this to. You get intimidation survival, makes sense. Language, you get a giant and another one, which is good. And then you get a backpack, set of traveler's clothes, a small stone or sprig that reminds you of home, and a pouch of 10 gold. Okay. How you came to live amongst colossal creatures is up to you to determine. You were found as a baby. A family of stone giants rescued you when you fell into a mountain chasm, and you lived with them underground. That's pretty sick. You were lost as abandoned as a child in a jungle that teemed with ravenous dinosaurs. You were found there. You found an equally lost frost giant. Together, the two of you survived. That's pretty cool. Your farm was crushed. Your family killed in a battle between warring groups of giants, racked with guilt over the destruction. A sympathetic giant soldier promised to care for you. After you had a series of strange dreams as a child, your superstitious parents sent you to study with a powerful but aloof storm giant oracle. That's cool. And while playing hide and seek with your friends, you stumbled into the castle of a cloud giant who immediately adopted you. Wow. Wow. Jesus, that one's real hard to sell in my opinion. I mean, I guess you're not running from a cloud giant. They are one of the bigger ones. In fact, I think they are the big one, or no, they might be just below storm giants. That one's pretty crazy. I like this one in like, I really like 3 and 4. Okay, where you are adopted just because you are wanting to survive, or because your family's killed. But I like this, where you found a giant and the two of you survived together. I think that's really cool. All right, your life amongst giants have given you a unique perspective. Though you are unusually large for your kind, you're no larger than a giant child, so you might be very mindful of your size. Okay, and we get Strike of the Giants. I'm very curious about what that is. All right, so you have to have martial proficiency or the giant foundling, so you can take this otherwise, and there are other feats, so we're going to get to those. What is Strike of the Giants? You have absorbed primeval magic that gives you an echo of the might of giants. When you take this feat, choose one of the benefits listed below. Once per turn, when you hit a target with a melee weapon attack or a ranged weapon attack using a thrown weapon, so this plays hand in hand with the giant barbarian, you can imbue the attack with an additional effect depending on the benefit you choose. Cloud Strike. The target takes an extra 1d4 thunder damage, and if it's a creature, it must succeed a wisdom save, or you become invisible to it until the start of your next turn, or until you immediately after you make an attack roll or cast a spell. That's cool, the fact that it says immediately after, because that means you would get advantage against them. Fire Strike, 1d10 extra fire damage. Frost Strike, 1d6 cold damage, and if they fail a con save, their speed's reduced to 0. Hill Strike, 1d6 of the weapon's type, and if they're a creature, they must succeed a strength save or be knocked prone. Stone Strike, 1d6 force. If they're a creature, they must succeed a strength save or be pushed 10 feet. And Storm Strike, they take an extra 1d6 lightning damage, and if the creature is... if it's a creature, it must succeed a con save or it has disadvantage on attacks until the start of your next turn. Interesting. You can use this a number of times equal to proficiency, regain all uses on a long rest. Not bad. This isn't a bad little... you know what? I'm going to say this. I really like this, actually. I like that it has versatility, and I like that it has options. Okay? One of the things that I think I think we need more of when it comes to feats is variety within them. Stuff that allows you to choose some different options. Something like, you know, Elemental Adept, where you get to choose different kinds of elements, but like is great and all. But something like this, where you could have somebody that focuses on fire damage and you take Fire Strike, but then you have somebody that's like a like one of my players at the library that is a lightning blue dragonborn lightning barbarian, who Storm Strike would be right up their alley. That would be pretty great, in my opinion. Big bad idea. 2007 PowerPoint, but as a person. Sapachu, I think you took a handful of words and you kind of just like smushed them together and just made a phrase, but I don't think it means anything. I don't know what that means. All right, so Strike of the Giants. I like this. I like the design of this. I think this is pretty cool. I'm up for this. All right, so then we have our suggested characteristics, which I generally ignore. All right, so up next we have Big Heroes, Big Stories. This section provides various ways to narratively tie your character to the myth and might of giants. So if your spells or class features draw on elemental forces or the magic of the land, you might use a connection to giants to tap into that power. A druid belonging to the Circle of Land might feel a connection to the giants that inhabit that land. A monk who follows the Way of Four Elements might seek to emulate Anam, the Allfather, to shape and channel the forces of chaos. So this is more just about building your own lore. I like this. I like that they actually give this option here. Ooh. What is this? Primeval animals. You could have a connection with giant size or prehistoric animals. You might call on spirits of cave bears, direwolves, or eagle-eyed pterodons. Or you might use your magic to take the shape of such creatures, or you could have a dinosaur companion. Ah, this is where they gave us back a little bit of that primeval druid circle. While it's not something that they are like, here's a subclass option, It's kind of just in the flavor. Like, oh, you can flavor it to be like this. I prefer the subclass. I'm not gonna lie. I prefer mechanics, okay? You know, that's one of those things for me. I prefer the mechanics. But it is what it is, unfortunately. All right, so what do you got here? Holy shit! A character raised in the ruins of a giant civilization uses giant made tools. That's a giant that's a giant kettle. Oh, we got some squirrels. Got some red squirrels. All right, primordial nexus. Nope. Don't really care about this. I want to jump to feats. Here we go. Yeah, all right, so you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna clear this out. And bye-bye, Xanathar. You won't be the only one prefer the mechanics. Yeah, no, I'm all about the I'm all about the mechanics right now. All right, so we're gonna look at these feats. Got a handful of them. We got some options. Let's take a look at them. We already looked at Rune Shaper and we already looked at Strike of the Giants. So we will look at the others, which are level 4. Ah, they started to put the level prerequisites in. Interesting. Oh. I like this. I like this a lot. All right, we're gonna get to this. You won't be the only one. Did you talk about it in the Discord? I did not see if you talked about this in the Discord. Would it be funny if elemental planes had weird spots where they mixed into oh, this is what you're talking about. Yes, actually, no, that is, hold on, that is totally a thing. Hold on. I will find this for you. Let's find the Wheel of Cosmology. Here it is. All right, so here you go. You have the material plane smack dab in the center. All right. From there, you have the ethereal plane. That's the curtain that's between us. From there, you have earth, water, air, and fire. And then between those, you have subplanes, which are known as you have demiplanes and quasi-planes. So the quasi-plane between earth and water is the plane of ooze. The demiplane between earth and fire is magma. Demiplane between fire and air is smoke, and the demiplane between air and water is ice. But then you also have the vacuum, dust, ash, and salt. Which is kind of a combination of a lot of these options. And then you have the things that go beyond the original. So water eventually goes into a higher energy field, becoming steam. Earth goes into a higher energy field, becoming minerals. Fire becomes radiance. Air becomes lightning. You know what? Dude. No, here, you want to know where the plane of brick is? Hold on. Hold the phone. Let me pull this up. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let me all right. You want to know where the plane of brick is? The plane of bricks is plane of bricks. No, I want a circle. Plane of bricks is gonna be somewhere around here. Okay, there's the plane of bricks. That's where the plane of bricks is, my friend. Let me grab this color real quick. Here we go. All right, here's the plane of bricks. This is where it exists. It exists as a quasi plane that exists between the plane of earth and minerals, but borders the plane of magma. All right, there's enough heat and energy from the plane of magma to turn the earth into specific brick. So there it is. So then there's one for glass. I would argue yes. I would argue if anything, it would probably be somewhere. I mean, maybe glass would be. Maybe glass would be near ooze. Like maybe it would be near ooze because it's closer to like salt. Because it's gonna be closer to dust than anything. But you know what? Actually, no. Here, this is probably where glass would be. It would probably be like bordering dust. It would. Well, you can't do. So that's the thing. Like dust and fire isn't really a thing. Sand and magma, that would be about it. Like I would say earth, somewhere between earth and magma would probably be glass. Yeah, it would probably be like that. Because the thing is like you can never have a plane of existence that is earth and air. You can't have a plane of existence that is both fire and water. Okay, because they're so opposite. So unfortunately, dust and fire, you would have to bridge that through magma. So it'd have to have that connection. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that's like this out there. You have this one where lightning and mineral are actually further in, but this one also includes the Feywild and the Shadowfell. We got this one, which, you know, lightning, air, smoke, fire, magma, minerals. Okay, you like the positive plane of fire is radiance. The positive plane of steam is water. You know, but this one also includes it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, no, I love these things. If you are ever curious about these, look up the planes of chaos. That's the thing to look into. Oh, here's actually a straight up map. So we got the material plane there, smack dab in the center. You have the Shadowfell on one side, you have the Feywild on the other, and then from there you have like Sea of Fire, the Cinder Wastes, you know, the Sea of Worlds, the Mud, like everything. You got it all. And then, oh look, there's the City of Brass, right on the edge of the Plains of Fire. Yeah, I love that kind of shit. Like that stuff to me has always been super cool. All right, so back to these feats. I didn't realize this, but I really like this. So, Strike of the Giants gives you access to these. So Guile of the Cloud Giant requires you to be 4th level and to have Strike of the Giants, the Cloud Strike. So if you have Cloud Strike, which is where you deal extra thunder damage and you can become invisible, you can increase your strength, charisma, or constitution by 1. And when a creature hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to gain resistance and then teleport to an unoccupied space within 30 feet. And you can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. This is really cool. All right, so, oh crap, I want to see these now in, okay, hold on. I want to see these side by side. Excuse me. All right, so we have Gaio the Cloud Giant, which you have to have Cloud Strike. So then we got Ember of the Fire Giant, where you're getting some extra fire damage. This is buffing your Strength, Con, or Wisdom. You gain resistance to fire damage. That's sick. When you take the attack action, you can replace a single attack with a burst of flame. Each creature of your choice within a 15-foot radius sphere centered on you makes a DC... Oh, okay, sorry, makes a dexterity save based on the ability score that you choose. And they take, if they fail, 1d8 plus proficiency bonus. So right there, it's going to be a +2. And it is blinded until the start of your next turn. On a success, it takes half as much. Oh, okay. Wow. I had to read that in my head because on a failed save, a creature takes fire damage equal to 1d8 plus proficiency bonus. It has the blinded condition until the start of your next turn. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage only. I'm so used to them putting on here that and it's not blinded. That really caught me off guard. Did I hear blinded? Yes. Ember of the Fire Giant gives you, if you have the Strike of the Giant's ability, which is where your melee weapon attacks or ranged weapon attacks deal an extra 1d10 fire damage, you can gain an ability that allows you to replace a single attack with a magical burst of flame, and you can blind creatures that way. That is really cool. And you can do it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, but no more than once per turn. We'll need to change my backstory character now. Oh man, I'll tell you what, this is giving me some really cool ideas for a cleric, actually. So I would love to play a I have on D&D Beyond. It was a half race. Oh wait, what the heck am I doing? I wonder if I can still find it. I think this might be it. Yeah, this might be it. So I found this a while back, which is a half Azer dwarf, where you get to heat a weapon, and it takes so you get to heat a weapon, and it deals fire damage, and it also glows with light. I would love to play either that, or much like Albina Ember, a Fire Ganassi Forge cleric. I think that would be really cool, because you know what, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make that character here after this, because Forge clerics to me have always been really cool. Let me find it here. Here we go. So Forge clerics give you the ability to get heavy in armor and weapon smith's tools, but you get to imbue a weapon with magic. So you either get to or armor. So you either get to bump your AC or bump your attack and damage rolls. Later on, you get to do a ritual that allows you to imbue magic into what you are doing. Like it says here, the thing you create, yeah, so you can actually create something. 6th level resistance to fire damage, which we're gonna have it all around, and while wearing heavy armor you get a +1 to your AC, and divine strike, obviously, so that's good. But then 17th level, immunity to fire while wearing heavy armor, resistance to mundane damage. So everything though with this one comes super early, because this first ability is one of the better options, where you just get to make something magic right from the start. So this would be really cool. This would be a really cool design for a character. A fire genasi with the giant foundling background, who maybe they were maybe they were born amongst or they were a human that was born next to a fire giant enclave, and they had an affinity for smithing, so they went to work and train with them, and that's how they that's how they got their not only their forging, but their giant foundling background. That's sick. That's sick. I like this. All right, so Fury of the Frost Giant, resistance to cold damage, which I'm really glad, because that's a good start. And immediately after a creature within 30 feet of you hits you with an attack roll or deals damage, you can use your reaction to retaliate with a conjured blast of ice. Ow, my ear is so itchy on the inside. Holy crap, there's like water in my ear. Whew. Oh man, that hurt. All right, so blast of ice, con save. On a failed save, they take 1d8 cold damage, and their speed reduced to 0. Nice. So that's very similar to what we had here. This one is that you get to hit one creature. This is that you get to do it as a reaction, so reducing a lot of speed here. That's pretty sick. Keenness of the Stone Giant. Actually, let's jump over to Vigor of the Hill Giant, because that's next here. So this is the one about knocking them prone. So when subjected to an effect that would move you at least 5 feet or give you prone, you can use your reaction to steady yourself. That's cool. Whenever you eat food as part of a short rest, you can spend 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points. You regain an additional amount. See, like I said, hill giants are kind of known for their eating habits. They're known for being gluttonous. So I'm glad that that's shown and represented here. All right, now back to stone giants. Stone giants get to push enemies with their strike. And Stone's Throw, you can take a rock and make a magical attack with it. It is a ranged spell attack with a range of 60 feet. On a hit, it deals 1d10 force damage, and they must succeed a strength throw or be prone. Okay, cool. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry, had to check on something. All right, yeah. So Stone Giant, I like this. Now, here's the thing. It says on here. Okay, sorry, never mind. This is a ranged spell attack. Okay, this has to be a ranged weapon attack. All right, I was gonna say, if you could combine this to push a creature 10 feet and knock them prone, that would be pretty powerful. All right, so then the last one here, we have Soul of the Storm Giant. As a bonus action, you surround yourself in an aura of magical wind and lightning that extends in 10 feet. The aura lasts until the start of your next turn or until you're incapacitated. While the aura is active, you have resistance to lightning and thunder. In addition, okay, hold on. It starts until the next. Okay. In addition, attack rolls against you have disadvantage. Whenever another creature starts its turn within the aura, you can force the creature to make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, their speed is halved. That's actually really cool. This kind of plays into how my one of my players plays their blue dragonborn barbarian, where they have this tempest aura that they can kind of impose some some debuffs on some enemies while they're around them. So that's pretty cool. I like this. I'm liking this already. Granted, I haven't looked super deep into a lot of the book, but I like these feats that we have in play already. All right, so yeah, we got some gods here. I've known Stronmus. My buddy Smith played a Goliath Tempest cleric for a handful of sessions, and his name was Voltom, and he worshipped the god Stronmus. And I've only looked at them in a couple of times. I know Surtur is like the flame god, or the fire giant god. Stronmus is the lightning, or is the storm god one. So I don't know too much about the rest of them. I think Thrym is the ice god. You know what? Let's look. I'm pretty sure Stronmus, stunning disposition, few tails. Yeah, it doesn't say. Surtur's the elder twin of Thrym. I like I said, I know he is fire based. Thrym is ice based. I'm gonna have to read more into these, because I always like the gods, the deities always play heavy influences in my campaign, so that's something that I'm going to look into. And what do we got here? I was about to say, why do we have the elemental evil? I know this symbol, but no, this actually makes sense, where giants would devote themselves to the different elemental evils, because they are elemental beings. So that actually makes sense. All right, so we're gonna jump down to the bestiary, and I want to see what we got here. Ooh. All right, so we have the original cloud giant. All right, so what is this? So this is the original cloud giant that we have here, and it's pretty straightforward. This has always been, one of the more powerful ones. Which one is this from? Storm King's Thunder. Okay, but now we have a Destiny Gambler, which is somebody with a flying staff. They have the Cloud Rune. They have some good spell casting and Thunderous Clap. Ooh, I like that. I like this. 3 flying staff attacks. That's pretty sick. So we're already starting high. Cloud Runes are some big guys. We got, okay. So Cloud Giant of Elemental Evil Air. And then, okay, cool. I was about to say, we should have one for each one. What the fuck? A giant maw of Yanogu. Why? Hold the fucking phone. Giant goose. Giant goose. Thunderous honk. I'm sorry. Hold on. I got distracted. What the fuck? A maw of Yanogu. We don't have art, obviously. Hill giants are known for their voracious appetites, which can attract the attention of the demon lord Yunogu, known as the Beast of Butchery. Cruel hill giant turns to Yunogu for help in expanding in the reach of its malevolence. Occasionally, a hill giant consumes an evil artifact that transforms it into a fiendish form. Once in a while, Yunogu whispers promises of power in the dreams of a giant who... Okay, so, if you were unaware, Yunogu is the chief god of the gnolls. Okay. So the gnolls are like the hyena folk. I just got very caught off guard that there was a giant associated with Yunogu. Fucking yes. Giant goose. Thunderous honk. The goose honks with ear-splitting volume. Each other creature within 30 feet makes a DC 12 con save. On a failed save, it takes... Okay. All right. Hold the... Oh, fuck. Okay, hold the fucking phone. If I am to ever play a barbarian, I'd have to make this CR1 to, like, ever hope to get it as a companion. Can I stop holding my phone now? What? Oh, because I said hold the phone. God damn it. All right, you know what? I mean, I gotta say, like, just skimming this of the different the different creatures in here: Destiny Gambler, Evil Air, Mist Hulk, Scion of Memnor, Spectral Cloud. Like, we have these are undead and large elementals, but like Fire Gaunt, Dreadnought, these are all very cool. And I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna go through these and find ones that I like, and see if I can throw them into campaigns here and there. Lightning Hulk. Ooh, I like that. P5 fights lightning enemies. They might fight a Lightning Hulk. 20-foot radius. Can enter a hostile creature and stop there. First time it enters creature, or if it begins there, that creature takes 2d6 lightning damage. Can also move... Okay, so it can move through small spaces. A creature that touches Lightning Hulk or hits it with a melee attack within 5 feet takes 2d6 lightning damage. +9 to hit, reach 10 feet, one target, 48 lightning damage. If it's a creature, it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn, and lightning jumps from the target to another creature of the Lightning Hulk's choice within 30 feet, and they must succeed a DC 18 Dex save. Wow, that's sick. I like that. Man, okay, yeah, I'm really liking these. I'm liking the designs already. We got some cool abilities here. Shrapnel explosion. We got the fire rune, dual shields. Holy shit. Wait, what? Fire giant Dreadnought fights with 2 shields. I'll say, please tell me there's yes. That is sick. That is so cool. Fire shield, 13 to hit, 46 plus 8 bludgeoning, plus 2d6 fire, plus 2d6 piercing. Holy shit. That's so cool. I'm loving this. Okay. Yeah. So that is just a little look at some of the Big Beast Presents Glory of the Giants. Like I said, I wasn't going to go over all of this. I mainly wanted to touch on the subclass option, the backgrounds, and the feats. Those are kind of my things. I'm going to look at the bestiary. I don't want to fawn over it too much. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to implement some of this, and then we'll see what's coming out later. Speaking of which, speaking about coming out later, we got a couple things coming out for D&D Beyond soon enough. I still have to pre-order this one. I don't have this pre-ordered, or this one. I already have Fandelver, but I am going to pre-order these. Also a giant goose, yeah, for my Stonks McBonk character, my gnome barbarian, definitely gonna be doing that. But yeah, looking forward to the Book of Many Things. Gonna pre-order this one probably whenever I get paid, and then Planescape. This is probably going to be a big part of one of my future, or one of my campaigns. So eventually I'll let you guys figure out which one that is. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for those. Now I think what I'm gonna do, I want to make that character real quick. Now that I have these big B options, I want to make that character. I want to make that that Forge Master. Planescape, yep. All right. I need a name for a Fire Ganassi. So what they okay, so this character is so this character is going to be a Fire Ganassi Forge Cleric. We're gonna go medium. We're gonna go they're gonna be a Forge Cleric, so we gotta go Wisdom. And Cleric, we're gonna build them up to level 3. We're gonna take History and Religion, and we are going to go Forge Domain, wherever the oh it is. There it is. All right, we're gonna do 2 and 1. We're gonna bump our Wisdom by 2. We are then going to bump our Constitution by 1. We're gonna go point by. So Wisdom's going to get a 14. Constitution's gonna get a 15. From there, we're gonna go Powerhouse Strength, and we are going to balance out our Dexterity and our Intelligence. So there we go. Got a nice little spread. Description. So our first one, we're Fire Ganassi. So we're already going to get Giant, and we are also we should also have Primordial, because that's the Fire Giant, or that's the Ganassi ability. Now we need the Giant Foundling, which is going to give us Strike of the Giants, and we're going to take Fire Strike. So there we go. When we deal melee weapon attacks or ranged weapon attacks, we deal an additional 1d10 fire damage. So we're going to get Giant plus another language. And you know what I want? I kind of want Undercommon. I want you know what? No. We're going to go Dwarvish. Okay, we're going to go Dwarvish. And here's why. All right, I got to look something up. So here's the thing. All right, dwarves in general don't like giants. Okay? Dwarves hate giants. This is one of those things that is fairly common, but So here's my concept for this character. Okay. They are a fire genasi. They were born a dwarf. They were originally a dwarf, but all right, so let's think. Perhaps the food or water had, okay, something about your environment. You know what? I think what we're gonna do is they were originally a dwarf, but got lost as a child and was found by a group of fire giants who took pity on him and raised him as their own. He was raised with a hammer in one hand and a burning passion for forging in the other. Yeah. He was taught the ways of forging and to worship the giant god Surtur. We'll put the fire giant god Surtur. Due to their time in the fire giant place, a hammer in one hand and a bellow in the other, that's actually not a bad little quote there. Hammer in one hand, a bellow in the other. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm probably gonna edit some of this whenever I write up his backstory. Just writing out some notes here. Maybe he carries a bellow with him. He was taught the ways of forging and to worship the fire giant god Surtur. Due to his time with the fire giants, their food and environment warped his body to give him the essence of a genasi, allowing him to withstand the intense flames of their forges. So fire genasi also get the other ability to reach into the blaze, produce flame, burning hands, and flame blade. So food, the environment warped his body, giving him the essence of a genasi, allowing him to withstand the intense flames of their forges and to control the flames within them. So I think that's it. I think for him, he doesn't have bellows. He can he controls it himself. There's a part of me right now that is going back to this and you should do the light domain, but no, we're definitely going the forge. Because he's an artisan. That's his whole thing. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. All right. So here we go. They're originally a dwarf, but got lost as a child. And was found by a group of was found by a group of fire giants who took pity on him and raised him as their own. He was raised with a hammer in one hand and a burning passion for forging in the other. He was taught the ways of forging and the worship of the fire giant god Surtur. Due to his time with the fire giants, their food and environment warped his body to give him the essence of a Ganassi. We're going to put a fire Ganassi so I can keep track of that, allowing him to withstand the intense flames. So this is one of those things where, like, fire Ganassi gets real kind of weird if you think about it. So like it says here, tracing their ancestry back to the elemental planes. I think what I'm gonna do with this, oh, you know what, actually, let me just add it right now. Due to his time with the fire giants, the influence of a nearby portal to the plane of fire. Actually, let me rephrase this. Due to his time with the fire giants and a nearby portal to the plane of fire, which influences the food and environment he lived in, this warped his body to give him the essence of a fire Ganassi. All right, cool. So we need a name. We need a name for this. So we got different options here. What if something happened that nearly killed him to change him to Ganassi? I mean, you could do that. You could have it where, like, maybe a fire, like a djinn was gonna kill him. That could be an option. But I want the name to have ties to his dwarven nature, but his like fiery nurturing. Huh. I'll look up a couple things. So I know I have like a fantasy name generator here. All right, so we're gonna pull over a fantasy name generator and we are going to look up dwarf, and we're gonna look up genie. And then we're gonna do pop culture here, and we're gonna go to Durgans and Durgans, and we're gonna pull straight Ganassi. And we should be able to pull giants as well. Ooh. And I also have a list pulled up on my other side. So let's look at some last names. Leadborn, Frostmantle, Hillsword, Barbed Thane, Ale Shoulder. We want stuff that's fire. All right, I wonder if there's nope, there's not a system to it. Ice Finger, Iron Hood, Snow Coat, Bronze Bane, that's not bad. Gravel Maker, Grumble Master, Bramuk Grumble Master. All right, let's look at some genie names. Oh god, I don't think these are the genies that I need. Let's look at Ganassi names. It's gonna be these first three. These are the ones we want to look at. Sizzle, Warmth, and Spark, and Kindle, Torrid, Sun, Tinder, Lava, Kindle, Parch, Cauterize, Seed. I don't like these. Austral? Yeah. Lava, Furnace, Glow. Not caring for any of those. Giant names. Oh God. All right, those are fairly complex. Oh, you know what? I know what I'll do. Mercury? Well, that would be as if he was fast. I don't necessarily... Ooh, Myconid names. What the fuck? Myconid names? Hey, these are pretty nice Myconid names. Look at that. Hebbles. Halopore. Peseb. You know what? Let me look something up. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, here we go. Give me a name for a dwarven forge cleric raised by giants. Oh God, you know, oh shit, you know, actually I just probably copy and paste that little backstory that I made. What's up, Dragon Craze? How's it going? Ooh. Liking this. You know what? I like this one. First one it gave me. Dernic Emberforge. I think, oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Brondar. I like that first name, Brondar. Brondar Emberforge. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Brondar Pyranvil. It doesn't have a very good, like, sound to it. Because it's like a very weird, like, stop and start. Pyranvil. It kind of has like a weird like sound to it, but that's not bad. Let's look. Ooh, Brondar Cinderforge. That one's not too bad. All right, let's see if we can make a couple more here. Grimmar Ashenham. Oh, that's it. Brondar Ashenhammer. Oh yeah. Doing well. Just about to wrap up a little prep session for my Curse of Strahd session this Friday. Hey, hell yeah, man. I hope you have fun. We're just in the process of making a new character over here based on some of the new stuff from Glory of the Giants. We're making a Fire Ganassi Forge cleric who his name is Brondar Ashenhammer, and he was originally a dwarf who got lost as a child through some mines. But he was found by a group of fire giants who took pity on him and raised him as their own. And so he was raised with a passion for forging, and due to the fire giants, they lived near a portal to the plane of fire. This kind of influenced the food and the environment around him, turning him into a Fire Ganassi. So I'm really liking this character already. All right, so we're gonna grab a mace. We are going to grab as a forge cleric. I get heavy armor proficiency, don't I? Yes. So that means that I should really take the scale mail, right? God, I can never remember. Armor and shields, I always forget. Chain. Scale mail is 14. Chain mail is what I need, yeah. Yep. You know, scale mail would be the same. Or no, I didn't. My dexterity's low. Yeah, the hell's my thinking? All right, we're going Explorer's Pack. We are definitely grabbing a holy symbol, a small stone that reminds me of home. Absolutely, it's a little piece of the forge. Also glad. Hell yeah, man! 5e tools. Hell yeah, buddy. This is my #1 website. Where can I post the art in the Discord? Yeah, post it in. You can post it in general. You can post it in D&D&Chill if it's D&D related, but you can post it in general all you want. No, there's no limitations there. Yeah, dude, no. I use 5e.tools for every single one of my sessions. It's actually I have a custom app on my phone that opens it for me because I use it so much. All right, so there we go. We're going, when we jump in here, we're automatically going to swap out that mace with a hammer. Oh, also, I wanted to point this out. I actually just found this out the other day. If you are on D&D Beyond and you go to your characters page, you will notice there's a new button over here for settings. You can change whether your character privacy is only available to the people in the campaigns that you have joined. They are all public, they are all private, and whether you want Underdark mode as default. These are your default settings. You can also change whether or not you want your modifier on the top and bottom. In my opinion, modifier is the only thing that ever matters. Scores really don't matter. Modifiers are what matter. But I'm really glad this is here because I hate having to like constantly go in and switch it to Underdark mode whenever I make a new character. I'm glad they added that. That was a recent thing that I noticed. All right, we're gonna do Fiery Ambition. We're gonna change the backdrop to be like a fire. There we go. Oh, that's the Headless Horseman one. That's not what I want. That's also not what I want. I swear to God, there's one that's like a forge. Yeah. Damn Kender. This is the new Phandalin stuff. Where is the one I'm thinking of? There was like a bright orange one that has a dragon on it. That? No. It's near this. That is kind of cool, though. There we go. There we go. Red Dragon. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, giant ball of fire. All right, so we're gonna go into his inventory. We're going to pop this mace out of there, and we are gonna grab. We're gonna grab a sledgehammer. Ooh, sledgehammer. No, we're gonna grab a light hammer, and Oh, the OSHA hammer. We're gonna grab a light hammer, and we are going to grab a maul. No, actually, no, we can't grab a maul. What should we look for? Let's pull up the weapons table. Weapons table. Here we go. We need simple. We got the light hammer. We might go great club. Because yeah, we're not going to be able to take warhammer. Unfortunately, we don't have proficiency with martial weapons. So what am I gonna go with? We are light hammers are fine, but they don't pack a punch. You know what? Maybe we will just leave it at the mace, and we'll re-flavor it to be a slightly larger hammer. Excuse me. Oof. All right, there we go. Chainmail. We got a light hammer. You know what? We're gonna add another one of those. There we go. Grab 2 of those just in case we ever need those for the future. And then we need to pop on some spells. So we already have Produce Flame, Burning Hands. We actually get Burning Hands twice for Reach into the Blaze. What the hell is that for? Oh, because I can use it once per long rest, and then I can also just use it. Okay, that was really weird how that was set up. All right, we are 100% taking Forge Elemental Weapon. I know this is a homebrew spell. I know if like I'm playing in somebody else's campaign, I might not be able to take that, but as of right now, 100% Forge Elemental Weapon, Flaming Hammer, yes. Yeah, that is 100% what I want. Now the thing is that will not let my Strike of the Giant proc, so I am better off hitting with my mace before I am my Forge Elemental Weapon, because there is a difference. All right, so beyond that, we get 2 more cantrips. So we are going to take, we're going to take light. You know, actually, we're going to take mending. That makes a lot more sense with his whole design. And then I think on top of that, we're going to take thaumaturgy. I think this character needed to stand out amongst the giants as a dwarven, as a dwarf originally. He had to stand out, so thaumaturgy became his ability to shout. All right, we're gonna take 4 first level spells and then 2 second level spells, as would be appropriate at this level. I'm thinking we are going to take Shield of Faith to protect himself. We are going to take, we already have Identify and Searing Smite, which is great. Or we're gonna take Command, maybe? No, we'll take Bless Bane. We're gonna take Cure Wounds and maybe Healing Word. We still need to be able to heal. We are a cleric after all. But I do want some of these abilities where I can keep my allies up and moving. So that's good. I'm also not really caring really for anything else here. Create or Destroy Water actually would be really smart to take. You know what? I'm gonna opt out of Cure Wounds. I'm gonna take Create and Destroy Water. Why? As a Forge cleric, as somebody working the Forge, he would need to temper weapons. So his ability to create water to like cool off weapons, that right there is a spell that he would have taken. All right, second level spells. We already have magic weapon and heat metal. I was definitely taking heat metal if that was the case, but we are going to take continual flame. This is basically kind of like whatchamacallit, this is kind of like produce flame, but it's always there, but it's no heat, no oxygen. This is kind of like a permanent light spell. So instead of having to constantly catch or cast whatchamacallit light, you can cast this once with a second level evocation spell, and then it's good. I went to check out their settings for character sheets. Imagine setting them to yourself only, and the DM can't see. A reason many like D&D Beyond. So okay, I don't know if that's the case, because this I don't think if you turn your character to private that it is technically only you. I think the DM can still see that. This is just for players. Okay, now here's the thing, and I'm going to say this to everybody that plays in any one of the games that I run. I personally need your character to be public, and the reason for that is because when I add your character to the virtual tabletop that I use, your character needs to be public. So whether or not you set your character privacy settings for default to whatever you want, campaign, public, or private, when I need to upload your character to my VTT that I use, I'm going to make them public. So do me a favor and just leave them public. Yeah. All right, back to where we were at. So we got to take one more spell. What spell are we going to take? You know what we're going to take? Spiritual weapon. Yep, that's it. We're gonna take spiritual weapon. Why not? We're a cleric. I was thinking that, or I was thinking locate object, but spiritual weapon, you know, we're gonna summon that. We're gonna summon that flaming hammer that floats next to us, and we're gonna go in there. All right. Hell yeah. We got the awesome strike of the giants. We got the fire strike. You know what? Actually, hold on. We're gonna bump them up to 4. We're gonna bump this character up to level 4. You know why? We're gonna take that feat. We're gonna take that special feat that comes with the whole giant stuff now. Oh shit! I don't even remember what it was called. Here it is, Strike of the Giants. That's what I thought. Where is it at? Where is it at? Or no, that's what we already have. Hold on. We gotta go back. Nope, not classes. Why? Oh wait, actually we can look up feats. I think I'm already still, there we go. We need Ember of the Fire Giant. That's what we need. Ember of the Fire Giant. And we're gonna go Wisdom, because we're gonna get to increase that by 1. Ooh, wait a second. That gives me 2 extra points. Nah, we're gonna leave that the way it was. Unless this would let me bump up my dexterity or my intelligence, or to not have a negative modifier in my charisma while maintaining my other skills. No, I kind of want him to have a negative modifier to charisma. I want this character to be a little standoffish. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, I want them, they're obviously a cleric. They're gonna be wise. They're not super intelligent. They're not super dexterous. They are a giant or they are a dwarf raised by giants after all. But, fairly strong, fairly healthy, and really wise. So there we go. We got our 2 feats, Strike of the Giants and Ember of the Fire Giant. So we can now create magical bursts of flames. We're double resistant to fire, which if we use my own house rule, that would mean when I take fire damage, not only do I take half of that, but I get to reduce that damage by an additional D6. Again, that's a house rule. Don't take that for your own notes. And then honestly, if I'm being real, if I had to choose any magic item to give this guy to start with, I probably would go gauntlets. Yeah, the gauntlets of ogre power. An uncommon magic item giving you a 19 to strength. Yeah. Because if that's the case, like if I was making this character for like a one shot, like a level 4 one shot. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, let's bump these on real quick. We'll have to double check our spells. Because if that's the case, like honestly, I could leave this down to I could leave that at 8 technically. Oh, you know what? No. I really like this. Okay, no, I like this. I like this idea. Shit. I don't want to totally dump that now. I still want his charisma low. There we go. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with this character. All right. This is what I want some of his backstory to be. When he was found by these fire giants, he was weak. And no matter what he did, he was never really strong enough to keep up with what he was doing. So those that were raising him made him these gauntlets that allowed him to bolster his strength. They told him he was not ready yet for the belt of their kind that some of the greatest forge masters wear. But one day he might be, and that might be the thing of his adventure. He wants to prove himself worthy of the belt of fire giant strength. He wants the ability to wear that, because without this, he's very weak. He can't really do much, but with the gloves, he can do anything. And now his mace does, the same as his magic. Yeah. I like this. I like this a lot. All right, I now get access to additional spells. So let me see if there was anything in here that I would have wanted to take. What the fuck is fanfare? I forget what this is. Oh, that's fireworks. Yeah, no. Barrage shelter, false static idol, lesser. Nope. Nothing more that I want. Nothing more than I want. Bum 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 bum. A whole new world. Bum 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 dun dun dun. I gotta do something real quick. Oh, sorry, folks. Just something on my side. Oh. All right. So now now we got to find some art for this character. So we have him set up. We have our sick ass level 4 Fire Ganassi Forge Cleric. So we are going to Google Dwarven Forge Cleric. So let's find an image that works for us. All right. Oh, hey, it's Griselda Copperrot. That's the image that I've used for her before. Ooh, I like that. I think that one looks pretty sick. That also looks badass. Oh, that's cool. No, I really like this. This is very cool art. Yes, yes. I am digging that. Okay. All right. All right, so we're gonna copy this. We're gonna make this the art. So I got a special folder. Shit, what was his name again? Brondar. And I'm gonna make a portrait for him. All right, so now that we got that, let's go up to here, portrait, D&D ports, Rondar, change portrait. Booyah, that's sick. All right. So now that we have this art, let's make a hero forge for this character. Hey, there's Jack. All right, I'll save Jack real quick. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna move this. Oh wait, actually, let's hold on. Here, forge. Let's move this over here. And let's move this over here. And we will shrink this just a bit so we can bring that up. And then is it possible to make an arc of fire? Actually, I think there might be. We'll have to get to that. All right, so male dwarf head. Oh, what is this? The beta version of Face Customizer is now available for Pro and Kickstarter backers. Oh wow, okay, yeah, let's do it. Give me faces. There's times where I forget that I pay for a subscription to Hero Forge. Update old head. Okay. All right, so first things, oh wait, we have, no wait, what if it's hung? Jesus Christ. I think first things first, we need to adjust the beard a little. So the lower beard, this is almost exactly what's on there. That's pretty much exactly it. And then this kind of doesn't hang down in front, but I think that's fine. I think that's probably as close as we can get to it. And then his hair kind of has like a almost like a flat top, but it's longer. It's kind of thicker in the back. I don't really want that part per se. I don't want it super thick either. Oh, actually, that mane is kind of sick. That one's actually not bad. It doesn't go nearly as far, but the long mane, that looks pretty nice. Don't really care for the braids. I mean, it kind of would make sense for his dwarven heritage, but it's not bad. Nah, I think that bottom one, that one that was like the long mane, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Really like that. I think it looks sick. All right, so now face. I don't know how much I... Ew. Oh, crazy. Oh my god, there's so many options now. Calm, bold. Strong, steady. I mean, there's very little change. This, though, the ability to change the nose, this is great. This has always been one of those things. Ah, there we go. Bumped dwarven nose. That's sick. Oh man, I love this. I love this change. Goblin featured. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing that. We're definitely doing that dwarven nose. I don't really care much for the mouth. I mean, the mouth is not really seen in that image. Also the jaw, I'm just thinking like, you know, strong, that strong, steady one. I think that's perfectly fine. Resolute and blocky. It's so minute. Oh my god, it's just like tiny little changes. But I think that's fine, because we're gonna have to change the face later anyway. Just like in regards of the facial expression. All right, wizard. Nah, I don't really care for those. You know what? These bushy ones are perfectly fine. All right. So that's gonna do it. Oh my god, there's so many teeth options now too. All right, so body is fine. We want the height to be stocky. We want him to be built. Yeah, I want him to be a little bit muscular there. Or well, you know what? Actually, no. Let's muscularity. Let's kind of shrink him down a bit. Again, he's not that physically strong. It's the gauntlets. It's gauntlets that do it. All right, so he is wearing what do we say? He is wearing chainmail. Now in this picture, that's kind of what, you know, that's kind of what he looks like. So let's see what we got as far as over. When it comes to that kind of stylized padding, there we go. That's, don't care much for the arms, the fact that the arms are covered. I really like the sleeveless look on that. We might just have to you know, we might have to make some concessions though. Splint armor. Ooh, actually that's almost exact, like that, like other than the fact that it's small, that's almost exactly it. So under, let's grab a short sleeve shirt. Oh, it's not really changing. It doesn't really matter what's on underneath. Shit. Damn. I really liked that because it was very much the style that I was going for. But I wanted those exposed arms. Shit, is there anything else similar to it? This is kind of nice too, but again, that's the full padding. Oh, well, that's actually not bad. Tomb-bound soldier plate. No, I don't care for that. Oh, sleeveless gambeson. Okay, cool. And then we can do the under part with a with something short sleeved. No, I don't care for that. Yeah, t-shirt would probably be fine. Everything else is gonna be too accentuated. Oh, actually, no, that looks badass. That looks sick. All right, shoulder. So he has one plate on his right. So we're gonna go ahead and unlink this. So we just want the one plate. Squire pauldron. That seems a little too small. That seems way too ornate. Also seems way too ornate. Knight. That's not bad, but that's too thick. Stealth leather shoulder armor. That's so stealthy. That's also way too thick. They're way too big. Oh, actually, I love that. I love that right there. That's sick. That's sick. All right. Yeah. That's sick. I like that. Okay. Onto his waist. Oh, wait, we need the gauntlets. So he has the gauntlets of ogre kind. So we have to have those. So what are we looking at for those? That seems pretty good. Indomitable. Oh, that looks fine. Heavy plate gauntlets. Okay, we're starting to get better. Cloth wraps, chainmail gauntlet. Oh, that's it's just so thick around his arms. It gets on my nerves. Power armor, techno organic. Interesting. Oh, you know what? That right there. Kind of love that. Mercenary leather gloves. Might have to change the color. See, if it didn't have this, if it didn't have that weird like flange right there, like that's a little bit better, but that's also still kind of bulky. That's also better back there, but I don't like the hands. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, man. All right. Where's that one? That like mercenary leather fingerless one. All right, that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna hit those. We're just gonna have to make sure that the colors are right later. All right, as for his pants now, I want to continue his armor. Right, yeah, there we go. So that's going to continue his armor, and then we need to put pants on underneath. There we are. So anything better than that? I don't actually think so. Nor am I gonna bother, but I do kind of want that like front piece down the middle, something more like that, or this, or even this, but it has that padding on the sides. None of these are really. It's like that. Also, like, I also want the big ass belt. See, that's gonna be the thing. I can't have the big ass belt if I have this, because I just have the belt. What's that? Oh, that makes it even shorter. All right, that's fine. This works. All right, so let's cover his feet with some leather boots. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's fine. That's totally doable. All right, gear. On his side, we are going to have a small hammer. No, we want a smaller hammer. There we go. Jesus Christ, that thing is way too fucking big. Oh my god, why are these things so big? What the fuck? Oh my god, why is that a throwing one? Jesus Christ. I guess we're not having anything on his sides, because these fucking hammers are ridiculous. Holy shit. And that's pretty sick. That is kind of the idea that I have. All right, so in his hands, let's give him his hammer first. There we go. Hammer. Claw of the Righteous. That's sick. Definitely doesn't fit the theme. That does, though. That like really looks like the one that's in there. But that is far more appropriate. Far more appropriate. So that's definitely what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this one. Because it's also a mace. Like, that's the thing. It's technically a mace. It's just flavored to look like a hammer. That's a light hammer. Fuck that, dude. That's ridiculous. He's actually gonna have a shield, because we actually have him wielding a shield. So that's got to be like his other hand. And I know that there are some dwarven shields on here. There's some like ornate one later on. Yeah, royal shield's pretty sick. Is that? No, that's a spike shield. That's not bad. I'm kind of digging this. I've always liked just the plain shields. But if he's a forge cleric, he's probably gonna have something that's a little bit cleaner. Ooh, that's cool. I actually really like that. It's a magic shield. I don't really, yeah, you know what? I don't care for this whole emboss thing, but this looks sick. Like, he would make a shield that's wider at the shoulders that he can like hold in front of him that would protect him his body a little bit more. That's pretty sick. I like that crescent one, but not for this character, but just in general. Yeah, it's kind of like this one, but I like this so much more. That style looks sick. It's like a piece of toast. All right. So we're gonna add a bag to his side, just because it's mostly in the picture there. What else he have? He has the light hammers, which we're not really gonna fuck with too much. And then I know, Stacy, you had mentioned about the arc. There is totally a way to do an arc in it. I can actually just put flames on this thing, so definitely something that is possible. Let's give him something for his back. I know he doesn't have anything on there, but I'm kind of thinking, you know, adventurer, he's gonna have something. I don't necessarily think he's gonna fuck with a cape. Oh, the barrel looks sick. But, you know, I'm thinking like general backpack. He's gonna have some stuff. Oh, wait. That's still so big. God, I just hate that. I hate how bulky they are. Yeah, no, I think this backpack is fine. I mean, he's still an adventurer. He still has a pack that he's carrying around with him. All right, so I think with this, we need to figure out a nice pose. That right there. That right there. I like that. Oh, this is what I was expecting. This is more what I was expecting. Core pucker. Oh my God. Wow. That's kind of crazy. That's a lot of options. I don't know. I kind of prefer the older style of the face. I've always kind of preferred, you know what, now that I'm realizing it, maybe I prefer the older one. Oh, look at that. We got blacksmithing bellows that can be at his feet. You know, there you go, Stacy. Right there. I actually really want an anvil at his feet. Yes. What else? What else? Oh, wait, maybe a hammer here. Nope. No hammer. Scour. What is that? Trenching tool? No. Nope, definitely not having a little companion for this guy. You know what? I mean, hold on. Let's do that, and then let's do this as the anvil. The fuck? I want the anvil up front. We can do that there. God damn it. All right, hold on. All right, anvil. Anvil in front, and the bellows behind him. There we go. And we are going to make this stage rock. I feel like that's the most appropriate. All right, now I need to do the color. That right there is pretty much on point. I do want to make his hair, though, a different color orange. I don't want it to be so... I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of want this to be a little bit more orange. There we go. That's better. That's sick right there. All right. So we got that. Now I need to do his whole outfit in general. Ton of options here. I'm liking this for the base of the clothing. Actually, no, I really like this. I'm really liking this. But what is this color? What the fuck? Okay, is this? Yes. I want this to be more of a deeper shade of red. Okay. This as well. There we go. All right, now this gem up there. Yep. Okay, now this metal. I want it to be dark. I want like a lot of this to be like dark metal colors. Why is it only giving me the option to color certain things? All right. All right, that's looking a lot better, at least. I don't know why it's not giving me the option to like color in this hammer more specifically. See, like it won't let me change that belt. but I can go into here. Yeah, like, okay, so wait, if I go into here and I delete this, can I go in and pick like a brown leather? And no, it won't let me color that belt. Why? All right, hold on. Maybe I just gotta size this window up. Nope. Definitely not resolving that. Okay. That's really weird. Yeah, we're gonna change that to leather. And I want that to be there. That's a little bit better. And as for the front of this shield, which is not that, but this one, which is also the same color as his shoulder plate, we're gonna go with a deep gray. I do like how the hammer has that like red glow to it at the front. Like, that is sick. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's perfectly fine. So let's hide the ground, hide the base, and let's put him in some setting. There we go. Actually, let's add the base back. There we go. There's our little guy. Brondar Ashen Hammer. There we go. All right. Well, that was a fun little jaunt. I really like that character. I'm going to develop more of a backstory for him. But I think that's going to be it for me tonight. We've been going for about 3 hours, and I'm very tired. I've been up very early, and maybe play some. I'm probably going to play some Baldur's Gate and then head to bed. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you folks for hanging out with me tonight, listening to me make a character, talk about some of the D&D Adventure Club a bit, and going over some of the giant stuff. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, thanks for joining me. Sorry about like the almost like 2 week delay for these D&D and chill streams, but hey, look at it this way. Tomorrow's Thursday, which means it's the next episode of the first 15. So there we go. I'm very tired. Plays Baldur's Gate for 6 hours, dude. I'm probably gonna play for like 2 hours or so. We'll see. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. I appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow for the first 15. So y'all have a good night. Bye.